Now let's analyse Chapter 2 of Jack London's The Iron Heel. Even though I wasn't so keen on Chapter 1, Chapter 2 I found very interesting, and I'm now on Chapter 7, and I must admit it really has grown on me. I will definitely finish this book. It's a very interesting book. So there's lots of vocabulary and lots of grammar that we can look at. So let's go through Chapter 2. After the guests had gone, Father threw himself into a chair and gave vent to roars of gargantuan laughter. So you give vent to your emotions and feelings which are bottled up inside of you. Yeah, they are the any emotions or feelings that you have inside of you, you need to give vent to. And so I suppose you might say that all people have violent and aggressive tendencies. We have these emotions, violent emotions, and we give vent to them perhaps through sport, for example. That's one way you can give vent to your aggressive emotions. But a lion roars, but you can also roar with laughter. And he gave vent to roars of massive, gargantuan, and no, I'm not sure why a capital G is used there. There must be a reason, but I don't know what it is. Gargantuan is massive laughter, so he gave vent to roars of massive laughter. Not since, that is a fronted negative adverbial, as we have just studied, the death of my mother, had I... There's the inversion. We started with a fronted negative adverbial and we've got inversion. Not since the death of my mother had I known him to laugh so heartily. Heartily is wholeheartedly. I don't see it as any different from wholeheartedly. With the whole of your heart, you might say. And so it may... Not since that time. I suppose she means when her mother was still alive, I guess. Not since my mother was still alive, had I known him to laugh so heartily. I'll wager, which means I'll bet. A wager is a bet, and so I will wager, I will bet. It's quite an old-fashioned literary word, but it's still around. I'll wager Dr. Hammerfield was never up against anything like that in his life, he laughed. Okay, to be up against somebody or something means to be in competition against somebody or something. And so Dr. Hammerfield was in an argument with Everhard, the social reformer, and this be up against something or somebody, it means be in competition with or be fighting against, be battling against. And of course they were arguing with each other. The courtesies of ecclesiastical controversy. This is something that Everard said in chapter 1, and her father is pointing it out. I think he finds it rather funny, that Everhard mentioned. I think he said, I'm not versed in the courtesies of ecclesiastical controversy. So I don't know much about the etiquette of church controversy. I find that a little bit of word soup, if I'm honest, as in a strange collection of words. But I think he was simply trying to wind them up, and I mean just annoy the priests and the preachers. Did you notice how he began like a lamb, Everhard I mean, and how quickly he became a roaring lion? He has a splendidly disciplined mind. He would have made a good scientist if his energies had been directed that way. Look at that, that's third conditional, guys, isn't it? Would have made if his energies had been directed that way. I need scarcely say, now please remember, if you front the scarcely, you do exactly the same as the not since. You say scarcely. What we normally need, you might be surprised to know, is actually a semi-modal verb. And this is why you probably say, scarcely need I say. Scarcely need I say. And it's because it's a type of modal verb. It can be used as a modal verb. And that's why you'll see inversion of I and need. Scarcely need I say that I was deeply interested in Ernest Everhard. It was not alone what he had said and how he had said it. Now look at that nice parallel structure. What he had said and how he had said it, And we've got a conjunction in between, so we need balance between the items in the list. So it was not alone what he had said and how he had said it, but it was the man himself. I had never met a man like him. I suppose that was why, in spite of my 24 years, I had not married.